Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we will discuss file handling in Python. Let's start with the definition of file. In Python, a file is a named location on a storage device used to store data. It can be a text file storing human readable text or a binary file storing data in a format that is not human readable. Files in Python are crucial for data persistence, enabling the reading and writing of information for various applications. Next, we will talk about reading from a file. So, reading from a file in programming refers to the process of extracting data stored in an external file. This operation allows a program to access and use the information within the file. In Python, the open function is commonly used for file handling, and the R mode is specified to indicate reading. So, next we will discuss example. Imagine you have a file called example.txt with some text inside it. Now let's say you want to read the content of the file using Python. So in this code, we are using a try except block. It tries to open the file example.txt for reading. If the file is found, it reads the content and prints it. If the file is not found, it prints file not found. If there is an error during the reading process, it prints an error occurred while reading the file. So next we have writing to a file. So writing to a file in programming involves the process of creating or updating a file with new data generated by a program. So this writing operation allows program to store information. In Python, the open function is used for file handling, and the W mode is specified to indicate writing. So if we talk about the example that is mentioned here, so let's say you want to create a new file called output.txt and write some text into it. In this code, we are using a try except block again. It tries to open the file output.txt for writing. If the file already exists, it overwrites it. If the file does not exist, it creates a new one. Then it writes 2 lines of text into the file. If there is an error during the writing process, it prints an error occurred while writing to the file. Otherwise, it prints file write successful. Next, we have file modes. File modes in programming are settings that define the operations allowed on a file and the position of the file pointer. Choosing the right file mode is crucial for specific file interactions in a program. Let's explore the various modes that dictate how we interact with files. Think of these modes as the keys to different aspects of life, from reading its contents to writing new data and even a combination of both. Let's start with the basics. R. Read mode. This mode opens a file for reading only. It places the file pointer at the beginning, seeking to retrieve information without altering the original content. An error is raised if the file does not exist. Next we have RB, read binary mode, similar to R but tailored for binary files. It reads the file in its raw binary format, maintaining data integrity. Next we have R plus, that's the read and write mode. Now this mode allows us to both read from and write to a file. The file pointer is positioned at the beginning, ready for seamless interaction. Next, we have reading and writing in binary format RB plus, much like R plus, but this time this is for binary files. It enables reading and writing in a binary format. So moving on to writing, W writing mode. So W opens a file for writing only. If the file exists, it's overwritten. If not, a new file is born. WB writing binary mode. So WB ensures the binary files are written with precision. It's the go-to mode for preserving binary data. So next we have W plus read and write mode. For those who wish to both read and write, W plus is the choice. It overrides existing files and crafts new ones for dual purpose. Next we have WB plus write and read binary mode. So similar to W plus but tailored for binary files. So now let's talk about appending. Append mode. A is for append. This mode opens a file for appending. The file pointer finds its place at the end, ensuring new data is seamlessly added. If the file does not exist, a new file is born. AB. Append binary mode. The binary sibling to A, AB ensures the binary data is appended with care. It's the bridge between binary and appending operations. Append and read mode A plus. For those who wish to append and read at the same time, A plus is the choice. It opens door for both operations at the same time. Next we have AB plus append and read binary mode. So similar to A plus, that's append and read mode but with a binary twist. So this mode accommodates both binary appending and reading. And finally, an exclusive creation mode X. This mode creates a new file and only succeeds if the file does not exist. It ensures a clean slate for your endeavors. Now we will discuss what is exception handling. First of all, we will see what does exception means. Exception is nothing but runtime errors and it occurs due to incorrect implementation of logic. We get this exception when we run a program. So runtime error is actually exception. Now we will talk about some real life example. Let's assume that we are transferring money to someone while we do not have sufficient balance or money in our account. Then we will get insufficient money error. The developers has handled the situation by displaying this error of insufficient money. Otherwise, we do not understand what has happened. If we talk about the example that's in that's on the screen. So in this example, we have A equals 10, B equals 0. And if we divide 10 by 0 and store in a variable C, and if we print the result, we will get error division by 0 not possible. So next we will talk about exception handling. So exception handling is a mechanism through which we can handle the runtime errors. Python has 3 blocks: try, except, and else. We handle exception with the help of these 3 blocks. We can write risky code in try block only if there is some exception in try block, then except blocks code will execute. If there is no exception in try block, then only try blocks code will be executed. In easy words, we can say if try block is executed, then except block does not execute. Now we will discuss the example. Let's say we have two numbers A and B and we take input from the user, and if the division is not possible means the try block is suspicious, then except block will execute and then we will get error that division not possible, or we can give some understandable message. If the try block gives error, then except block will execute and else block will never execute, and if try block does not give any error, then except block will not execute, but this time else block will execute. So there are two outputs of the same example. So the first output is of the time when the except block is executed, and the second output is when the try block is executed. Thank you so much for joining. Allah Hafiz.